to be in Columbia, starting at 5:00 when her wedding started. I went to 2 places. And I heard this song 4 times. And I know I want to shout out to Kendrick for taking a commercial license off this so we can play this. Hold on. I need y'all to hear this. Hold on. Mike is a hater, by the way. I want to thank. Hold on. We only playing one part of the song.
Trying to see Compton. The industry can hate me. Fuck them all in. How many options you really got? I mean, it's too many.
So we can do reviews, man.
On this body, I'm John Stockton.
Just a line.
Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching.
That is a ridiculous. That sound like some. This is why I love Kendrick. That sound like something your uncle would say when he drunk and you cutting up in the house. Like, I beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. That is intense. I heard that song back to back in a strip club, and I heard it twice at Shannon's wedding. Shout out to Shannon. It was a cool wedding. I loved it. I wish I was a guest. It actually looked like a bunch of fun. What's the score, Mike? What's your score? Because y'all already know how Mike is. I want Mike to talk all that coleslaw, boring, voice change. I want to hear it all right now before I tear Mike up.
We're gonna go through it. We're gonna go through it. All right, we're gonna go through the score. Hold on. Let's see here.
Where my water at?
Let's see here. So Kendrick came out with the diss liner on Like That. All right. So at that point, we wondered if the beef was going to be on.
Okay.
All right. Drake responded with push-ups, but he addressed everybody and everything. At this point, Drake is up. It's mastered properly. There's no way you could say Drake is not up 1-0 at this point. There's no way on push-ups.
I'm gonna let you go.
The tailor-made freestyle, I thought it was whack. I knew what Drake was trying to do because he was trying to do the whole thing what Kendrick did, the faces with Nipsey and all those other guys. So I knew it was whack. I ain't gonna lie. Like, the tailor-made freestyle, I still don't know if Drake did that, but let's give him credit. All right. There's 0 for that. Right. So he's up 1-0. Kendrick comes back with Euphoria. Euphoria was it was mid. It was still below push-ups for me. It was still below push-ups. It was still, I mean, dude, the whole, like, for 2 minutes of the song, he's going like, wee. Like, no, like, that wasn't good. Y'all know I hate the baby voices. So I like when he flipped the beat, but I was like, all right. But let's say you want to tie it up though. Like, I get it. I think he's up 1-0, but let's say you want to give him a point for that. All right, it's 1-1. The 6-16 in LA with Al Green, that wasn't good. It wasn't good. Whole first half of the track had nothing to do with anything. Second half of the track, he talks a little bit. Drake comes back. So it's either 1-0 or 1-1, depending on who you're a fan of. Drake comes back with Family Matters. I didn't give him a point for that because I told you I don't like allegations. I don't like allegations. I don't like dirty macking on men's women, on their wives. So while he did respond, personally, I didn't like that. Drake fans gave him a point, right? So you could either say it's 1-1 or it's 2-1.
Drake, 2-1.
2-1 Drake, if you like Family Matters. By the way, I'm not a fan of either one of these guys, right? So I'm the only objectionable person right now.
Here we go.
All right. Meet the Grams. It was okay. And here's the thing. This is why it was okay. Allegations, didn't like that. But the whole deadbeat thing, it's like, it sticks, but we don't really know if the dude's a deadbeat because he don't show his kids. That's like half of people in the, hip hop industry. So, I mean, if you're a Kendrick fan, it's 2-2, or if you're a Drake fan, it's 2-1. Not Like Us. Now, this is what I didn't like about Not Like Us. But I'm gonna give him a point. But this is what I didn't like about it.
I'm about to tear this nigga up.
No, because he tried in 6-16 to LA to say it's y'all hate the West Coast. Drake never said that. He never inferred that. Drake lives on the West Coast. And when that shit didn't stick, Kendrick came back again with a West Coast beat and tried to and made this a LA versus everybody else type thing. And this is why I always say LA artists,
here we go with this bullshit.
They get a head start because all you have to do is do a C-Walk beat and say they hate us, and your shit's going to go through the roof. But I'm gonna give Kendrick, I'm gonna give him a point for it, even though he did that beep 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 shit the whole damn album.
I am here to give the objective perspective.
Yeah, you don't have an objective view. Just say I'm doing it as a fan of Kendrick Lamar.
I love Drake. I love Kendrick Lamar.
You do not love Drake.
Drake has for the last 4 years, and I've always posted this. I post it every year. Drake is always my number one listen artist. Kendrick never makes my top 5 any year. It's never been a year where Kendrick has made my top 5 because I listen to Drake and Future and Travis Scott. I actually listen to the same songs like every year. Y'all ready?
Let's go.
You want to see my list before I go to it?
I want to see your list. Cause I just went, I went through it. By the way, I have he got a whole list. I have Kendrick up 1. I don't think he watched him.
Kendrick Lamar absolutely ruined Drake through the beef. Not ruined his career, and we'll get to that at the end. When it comes to better songs, Kendrick, that is a point. I'm not going to do the song for song thing because I'm going to be able to prove to you where Kendrick whooped Drake's ass this whole thing. Better songs, that goes to Kendrick. Better production goes to Kendrick. Better rapping. Kendrick Lamar really went out there and rapped in every style possible. And he stayed true to himself and out rap Drake everywhere. So if you like the voices, he gave you that. If you like the talking, he gave you that. Kendrick Lamar really gave us soul. He didn't go out his way and say, yo, let me make a club song. He didn't go out his way and say, yo, let me make some girl shit. He didn't say, yo, let me do the slow down talk to you. No. He did exactly what he does on every album and out rap Drake.
Well, he should be able to out rap Drake. He's not a rapper. He's a hip hop artist.
Who?
Drake. He's a hip hop artist.
I'm not doing semantics with you.
I mean,
y'all tried to argue me with the whole.
You should not get bodied by a singing nigga. Didn't Drake say that?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that everybody owes Mos Def an apology, and we're going to get there too. When it comes to Drake deleting Taylor Made, which I liked over push-ups, that is a point for Kendrick Lamar. The fact that you out here making this that you can't even keep out, you have to delete them. It's funny. I love Drake saying, yo, you sent a cease and desist you had Tupac's people to send that to us to have it deleted. I think that's funny when everybody start posting, cease and desist letters that Drake's team has sent to them over the years. That is a point for Kendrick Lamar, if it is one. The strategy in this, the strategy was amazing.
I think they both had good strategies though.
Drake's strategy was shit.
I think Drake was overconfident.
That's a poor strategy, and that's my next point for Kendrick Lamar. When Kendrick Lamar said, hey, I know stuff about you. I want to keep this friendly. I don't want to make this messy. I don't want to go where we throwing allegations out. Yeah. That came up big. I love seeing that. Let me tell y'all something. To the J. Cole fans that are out here saying J. Cole won because he stayed out of the mess, shut the fuck up and don't talk to me about rap ever again. You niggas is some of the corniest niggas I've ever seen in my life. One, because I am one of y'all. I have been in J. Cole's shows. I have talked to his artists before. I love J. Cole. Albums is great. I love J. Cole.
J. Cole, my dude.
But y'all are some of the most sensitive, depressed, low down niggas that I've known in my life. And y'all are showing it during this beef. To come out and say, hey, I got one because he chose not to fight. It's corny to me.
Yeah, no.
It's just corny. You could just sit it out, bro.
I told you, my dog didn't hunt. So I don't have a dog in the fight.
Yeah, you could just sit it out. Let's get the strategy. I told you niggas, yo, I don't want to be messy. Drake saying, hey, your kid actually might not be your kid. It might be your manager's kid. And Kendrick told him like, yo, Kendrick said, I know everything you're going to do. And if you start this, I am going to finish it. Drake said, hey, your son ain't your son, by the way. And that started a slew. Yeah. So to me, strategy, Kendrick Lamar, the foresight, Euphoria is a point over anything for the simple fact of Kendrick saying, I know what's going to happen. Titling the story, titling the song Euphoria, which is a Drake show when it's nothing but little kids having sex. It's hilarious. Kendrick Lamar dropping.
A little weird.
Kendrick Lamar saying in future songs, hey, I do want to let y'all know that, yo, this man he got some predators around him and he might be one himself. And then saying, hey, he's furthering his agenda. When have we ever seen a man drop his own sex tape of him jerking off, sending it to another woman, and it's getting leaked? And
I'm lost.
Drake, a couple months ago, a video came out of him jerking off. He came up on his next show and said, yo, it's me. Let me tell y'all something. Drake, Jay-Z, Beyonce, I'm trying to think who else Kim K, I'm just thinking of culture people that's kind of plays the culture. Yeah. Kanye West, it's certain A-listers, shit don't leak.
Yeah.
Nothing leaks. Kendrick Lamar coming out saying, yo, that is not an accidental leak. That is Drake being a creep, sending this shit out to people. And he hinting at that. If you read the lines, you'll understand what Kendrick was saying. I think that the foresight is crazy. My favorite part, Kendrick Lamar, you get a point, my brother, for understanding culture and Drake falling for community. Kendrick Lamar has been...
Drake's not from America, though.
This ain't even American culture. That's Drake's fucking problem right there. I went to that Drake show and I told y'all, I said, yo, it's nothing but young white kids in there.
Well, I mean, because his style changed, right? Like after Views is a different style. I mean, and Views is damn near a decade ago.
Absolutely. So I'm telling y'all, Kendrick Lamar has been out for the last 15 years. It has not changed on culture, not once. He has remained a part of culture. Drake has been a part of communities that play in culture. And I think that showed from Drake sending his songs to academics, to Castanet. That shows from the women. Kendrick Lamar coming out and saying, yo, we don't fuck the same type of women. And then Drake saying, hey, you know how I'm not a pedophile? Because guess what? I'm not in jail. And I'm going to have all the young girls who was some that was underage, some that was just too young, come out later. I love Drake's stance coming out saying, yo, if Kendrick really ain't beating his wife, and if that's really his girl, need to talk. Mike, isn't it beautiful when you got a solid woman beside you who just knows how to play the part?
Absolutely. And like
that
I said,
is a point for Kendrick.
And like I said, I didn't like any of that because Kendrick was right when he was like, hey, let's keep it on wax. Right?
Absolutely.
When Drake started talking about his wife and his kids, like, all right, bro, it is all bets off. But both of you guys are wrong, is my point. Both of you guys are wrong. And I get it. People like, yo, doing beef and rap, there's no off limit.
It's no off limit.
But here's the thing, right? There should be. Like that
no, it shouldn't.
Yeah, no, it should be. Look, if you're in the ring fighting, I don't care what sport you're in. If you're in the ring fighting, bro, there's rules. There's rules. And the fact that black men all of a sudden, can't have any rules when they're dealing with one another. Because here's the thing. Both of you guys have to have a future from here. Mm-hmm. Right? So when you're doing something that, that could possibly attack or destroy or to undermine a man's future, his earnings, his livings, now it gets real. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not just beef anymore, right? You're affecting a man's ability to earn, right? When you say like, oh, he's beating women or he's messing with, high schoolers. Now you're affecting a man's ability to earn. That can cause beef to go beyond wax.
My problem with y'all is a lot of y'all, I'm not talking about you. My problem with y'all is a lot of y'all don't know that the nigga that you beefing with really don't like you. That is my problem with this generation. And this is a point for me because I told y'all before this started, this is real. This is 10 years of us sneak dissing. They played that On the Stars. I don't know if you listen back to the Black Panther, the On the Stars. Yeah, they played the verse. Yeah. And that was a shot at Drake, the whole verse, which makes that song 10 times better now.
I gotta listen to it. One of the few songs I like by Kendrick.
And when you listen to it, just listen to it from the standpoint of SZA is my baby. Hence the picture behind Mike. That is a point for me because I told y'all, yo, this beef is real. How did I know this beef was real? It's because Drake don't have not one real friendship in the industry. And I think the point goes to Kendrick for making us really look at Drake and say, yo, why am I a fan of this man again? We had to look at the man. Kendrick Lamar, one of the things that the Drake stands try to tell us is, well, he's not saying nothing new, which is fair. I'm going to give you that. But guess what? Now y'all got to ask yourself, why are you a fan of him? I
think people are a fan. Like let's.
So I'm asking why.
The dude has 330 charted songs.
Okay,
right? Like that's why. Like Drake the individual could be a shitty person. I'm not saying that that's not the case, right? But we do have to acknowledge Drake's contribution to hip hop.
Absolutely.
Like the dude put Toronto on. We did not know that there was anything in Toronto besides the Blue Jays. Before Drake.
Shout out to Jake.
Before Drake came along, right? The Weeknd owes his career to Drake.
No, the fuck he don't. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Because all these niggas who we keep saying that, oh, he got the 300 songs, we got more slaps than the Beatles, we got more number ones. That shit was store-bought, and the industry just showed you how that shit was store-bought. Kendrick Lamar pointed out through culture how Drake got there. Yeah, so you went to Atlanta and stole. So yeah, The Weeknd coming out. It's a point for
but no one was about to be hot and was hidden. Like, bro, that's
not when you stealing.
That's part of A&R, right?
No,
that's part of artist development.
Man, that's part of being a colonizer, dog. And that
he's not a colonizer. The boy dad is from Memphis.
Man, that nigga didn't know his dad till he was 20
his
something.
His dad is still from Memphis.
He don't even fuck with his dad.
Here's the thing.
Y'all gotta stop this shit.
No. Drake is not an African American. So let's be clear. Okay. I'm not defending Drake as an African American, right? Okay.
So what are we defending?
But Drake has said that even though he's biracial, he identifies himself as a black man.
I've never seen that.
Google it. All right.
I've never seen it. And matter of fact, I told everybody, you showed me the one time where Drake has stood up and stood on something that stood for black folks, and I love to read it, listen to it, anything.
Again, majority of our entertainers and celebrities do not. DJ Khaled has not spoken about Palestine yet.
DJ Khaled been calling us a nigga for the last 20 years.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's like, again, right, we are requesting something of him that really none of them do. It can be a fair criticism, right? But it doesn't mean that like you as in Kendrick, right? Is be like, yo, this dude is a colonizer. I'm going. The guy says that he's black. He's bald.
No, he don't.
He has said, Google it. Drake has never said I'm a Jew. He's never said I'm white.
Drake has told us many a times how he's biracial. He has told us that more.
He's biracial, but like I said, like I looked it up. I was like, let me find what Drake identifies as.
No,
right? So to sit here and just say like, okay, well, he's a colonizer. Not really. The guy actually put Toronto music on the map.
That shit ain't black up there.
He is a part of it. Well, then if Toronto isn't black, you can say the same thing about New York.
Okay, LA. I don't know what Mike talking about. Mike is talking about some other shit.
The demographics are the same, is what I'm saying.
We are talking about black culture, hip hop culture. That ain't fucking Toronto, and that shit was on full display this whole beef. I'm gonna show y'all exactly why. Drake, who was out here, Drake that was on white shows, Drake that is Jewish, Drake that we only got videos of him at bar mitzvahs, Drake who highlights his Jewish mother more than he highlights his black dad, Drake who got a white girl pregnant and hid his white ass son. Let's keep it real when we having these conversations. When has Drake used black culture? It's been shown. We go to Texas, right? We go to Atlanta. There's more black artists that have came out and said, yo, he has either not cleared my song, he sent a cease and desist on the song that we did, he stole my career. This nigga took Fetty Wap career and had that nigga out there selling heroin, and then 3 years later, bruh. Like, what are we talking about? And so when this person,
so he's a shrewd or shitty businessman, depending on what side of the deal that you're on.
On what side of the deal you on? What the deal that it benefits is only the white folks,
or in this case, Drake. Because again,
no, and the white folks who own Drake.
Well, we don't own none of the music industry, so we could have that argument about every artist. So this is in the music industry.
Well, no, because here's Diddy, my thing.
Top Dog Entertainment. Absolutely, you pick it.
Okay, but here's my thing. When we get there, then you got to look at Mos Def and say, yo, when he told y'all when the Coliseum walls fall the fuck down, Drake is gonna have to look in the mirror and say, was it all worth it? And niggas got on there and they missed that part because they heard the target line. When you go to Drake's stories, the girls that Drake put online, they don't be black. He was doing that shit when he was trying to get popping. He went to all the strip clubs. He had the Johnny Blaze beside him. He had all the, the Buffy. He was showing y'all Pam Grier, got y'all thinking that he was down. And then this nigga just turned around. And I'm not trying to hate on the boy.
That's been the argument of hip hop since the 90s, though.
I'm not complaining about other black people and what they do. I'm talking about the dude who's been cosplaying as black for the last 15 years, and we just gave him a pass.
I won't say.
Because
most of us got off of Drake about a decade ago.
Most of us haven't. The numbers ain't saying that
because the white community is.
So thank you for apologizing to Mos Def. That's what I need. I gotta see that. That is a win.
The conversation we had with Mos Def is if we were saying like, "Yo, is Drake not hip hop?" And it's like, "Yo,
no." He said he's a pop star.
Well, and we had that conversation like, okay, is he a pop star as in a hip hop pop star, or are we saying that like as in popular, or are we saying that he doesn't make black music anymore?
Y'all moved the goalpost because that's not what Mos Def said. He was very clear on what he said, and I was trying to explain that. He said, "Yo, this guy's a pop star, and a pop star is very defined. The Weeknd is still listed as R&B, but he is a pop star. He's the biggest artist in the country."
And that's okay. So now again, it's two different conversations because The Weeknd, we wouldn't say that The Weeknd doesn't make R&B music.
No, but he's still a pop star. We never said Drake don't make hip hop music.
So the question was, is Drake a part of hip hop? Right? We just said that The Weeknd is a part of R&B, even though he still makes pop music. Right? We can't say that Drake isn't a part of hip hop just because he's a pop star. I don't think
nobody ever said that. That's not even what Mos Def said. That's what I'm saying. Mos Def never said that. He made it clear what he said. He said, yo, he is a pop star and it's fine. But his question that came right after 2 sentences was like, yo, you selling us out. Are you going to be happy when you go home at night and you do that?
I'm not mad at that question because, again, we've had this question about guys who run labels since the beginning of black men running labels.
Well, for my thing is we got to talk about black folks. I'm not here to talk about what Puffy did. I'm not here to talk about what Jay-Z did. I'm not here to say what Kanye did. They black. We get to have a black conversation with them. We've never held Drake. When a nigga died in the street, we've seen J. Cole, who is biracial, get out in the street, march, talk, send money, go to schools, do all this shit. We've seen J. Cole do that.
I mean, J. Cole's a Carolina boy. This is what we do in the South.
No, J. Cole is a part of the culture, dog. I'm sorry. I gotta stick to that gun. Drake showed y'all that he picked communities. He picked them young ass community. He picked them young girls community. And I'm not saying the under 18. I'm talking about, yo, when you start talking to the 23-year-old girl from, the Midwest, who's not black, who's not a part of culture, you don't understand what's really going on. I think that Kendrick Lamar put that shit on full display. It's the culture out here. So yeah, when you do go to Atlanta, you do got to hang around Lil Baby. You do got to go to hang around 2 Chainz. There's old videos of Drake kissing all up 2 Chainz ass. There's videos of Drake, with the dope boys down there. You trying to figure it out.
Look, I'm not saying that Drake did not, assimilate to whatever area that he's in. Because more than likely, if he going to bar mitzvahs and stuff, right? It's growing up in the suburbs, right? That's a different life. But there's a lot of artists that do that. Lil Yachty grew up in the suburbs, right? And he had to move to Atlanta and figure out, okay, like what's the life, right? But
you talking to me about black people?
So you're making a delineation that Drake isn't black because his white mama raised him.
Facts.
All right. No, that's fine to say that though, right? But
I've been saying that.
But I've always held a contention. I see people as how they're seen when they're biracial. If you're biracial, I'm going to see you as how you identify. If you tell me that you identify, look, I take shots at Patrick Mahomes all day because his kids are very, very light skinned, his wife is very, very light skinned, and he's very, very light skinned, right? Patrick Mahomes, though, at the end of the day, has said, you know what? I'm a black quarterback. I don't take that away from Patrick Mahomes. I'm not like, nah, bro, you mix. J. Cole identifies, right? If you told me right now, it came to the black community and a decision had to be made, and it was Rachel Dolezal and Jason Whitlock, I'm gonna be like, you know what? Let's see what Rachel needs to say. And she ain't black, but you know what though? She identifies with the culture more than I can say a Jason Whitlock does. So my point is, if a man says that, we can't use the fact that we dislike him, that he's super successful at something that is our culture. If he says that's me, if he says that's not me, or if he's Jack Harlow, right, that makes music, and I'm pretty sure that once he gets as famous as he want to be, won't do it anymore, right? The Kid Rocks and all those things. That's different, right? To throw Drake into that just because he doesn't show up at a march. I've never looked at Drake's from Toronto. I mean, he's a Canadian. I don't look at Canadian blacks and be like, damn,
he ain't a Canadian black. I don't know why you keep saying that.
What is he? What is he then?
If Halle Berry grew up in Toronto, you would not call her a Canadian black.
I would.
Nope.
I see Halle Berry as being a black woman, despite the fact that she don't really seem to fuck with us that much.
Thank you. Clear as day. This man was raised by a white woman in a white ass city, dog. Stop telling me he black. He ain't told us he black.
But again though, we're talking about off wax things.
No, I'm telling y'all,
like the music that he makes, the music that we all have made famous, right? We can't get to the fact that we're like, yo, he's beyond the level of success, and then be like, all right, now I hate him. When he made the songs, he made the summers go, and we like what? Because our guy that we like is against him. We're like, well, now you're not a part of the culture.
No, what I'm looking at is that people in the culture is coming out and saying, yo, he been using the culture this whole time. Now, I think there's a conversation to be had about those men and how they allow him to get there. But what my thing
hip hop has always been actors.
Well, no, hip hop has always been black. I don't know why we are having a conversation and we
I'm
run
saying
around in
actors.
circles.
I'm not even talking about the race. It's always been actors. Tupac in Philadelphia and Tupac in LA is two completely different Tupacs.
Tupac is black. I'm not even here to talk about
he's
black.
Black. I'm just saying, but hip hop has always been characters. Rick Ross, I don't know if Rick Ross is a drug dealer or a CO. I don't know which one he is.
Well, he's answered that.
I'm just saying, I don't know what. So it's like this idea that hip hop, it requires this high level of integrity of you being able to back up everything that you say. Like that has sort of never been the case. Like the person that's probably most hip hop to anybody, if you want to say who's kept it real from here to the end, would be Gucci Mane. Right? We would never sit here and be like, yo, Gucci Mane is hip hop, and Gucci Mane might be more integral to what happened in Atlanta. Him and Dungeon Family probably are 50-50 of how great Atlanta became in the hip hop industry.
Look,
and we don't look at him and be like, okay, well, he's hip hop.
When it comes to hip hop, I'm talking about black folks. Sorry, I'm talking about the culture.
If you don't think Drake is black, I can't. I'm not defending black culture versus Drake or Drake versus black culture. I'm just saying, when I went and looked up what the man identifies as, he said he's this. Now, just because he's from the fucking suburbs, look, I'm not gonna lie. People from the suburbs playing hard pisses nobody off more than me.
He does that, and that's the funny part.
But I can't take away what he's done though.
Man,
like the fact that he, if he did cosplay as a thug, as a hip hop artist, y'all allowed it. Like you can't if you're going to get mad at anybody, get mad at everybody that has Drake on their playlist right now. So don't look at this right now and be like, well,
here's my thing.
Was right.
No, go
delete Drake off your playlist then. Delete Drake off all y'all playlists.
Bro, here's the problem. As a person that listens to both, I understand that, and who listens to hip hop, I understand that we have been laughing for years about, why do people actually like Drake? He's been proven not to write his music. It has been proven that he uses bots. It's been proven that all this shit is like generated. I'm not mad at it, because if you sell your soul, you better get the best deal that you can get. Sorry, you better get the best deal you can fucking get out here. All right, cool. So you've been proving that. You've been proven to fuck on all these other men's girls. So let's not do that. You've been proven to hide your kid and try to use it as campaigns. And you go get the sex worker pregnant, you scrub her, you hide her, and then you try to act like Kanye West is the reason why. You've been shown to be fake friends. If we go down the list of men that have said, this nigga's a grimy ass dude when it comes to women, we always clowned. So we
talked about Drake when he was when the guys.
That's not what I'm saying. No, what I'm saying is we always clowned the dudes because nobody was big enough to say, no, all this is true. Kendrick Lamar said on the first diss, he said, you called me to be on first person shooter and I don't fuck with you. That is funny. That's why I said, look, some of y'all beefing with niggas that y'all don't even know that you beefing with. That's why y'all get slapped in the mouth. Kendrick Lamar said it. How you call me to tell me to be on a song with J. Cole when I know you A, don't like J. Cole, B, me and you got steam. We got static and you calling me to be on a song. Drake has been shown, he has been proven to be a iffy man at best. And so, yes, when the biggest star, because let me tell y'all, Mike, we did the math. Drake got 14 albums, 40 million sold. We talking about albums. All right.
Oh, so we're going per capita.
Hold on. No, we're not doing that. Because the LA argument that you like to use gets used for New York all the time. But we never look at Jay-Z and say, you the biggest because you from New York.
We knew that was part of it though. Jay-Z from Wichita, Kansas would not be Jay-Z from New York.
I don't know none of that, because I saw Nelly. It's only about 5 rappers that got diamond albums when we saw Nelly do that. And he from St. Louis.
Yeah, he was the groundbreaking one.
No. I'm not arguing numbers and stuff that I hadn't looked up. It ain't we got Eminem in Detroit who sold, who's the biggest selling rapper of all time. Like, it's so many different things that we look at that we talking about. We talking about smaller cities.
Finish your point. 14 album versus 4 album.
So you got 40 over 14 and you got 10 over 4. The number between Kendrick and Drake ain't that big as far as who sells more. And I say this.
The streams are not even close.
You looking at singles. If you include the singles,
the streams aren't even close.
Because when we looking at singles, that includes all my songs with Rihanna. That includes all my songs with Kanye. That includes my songs with the Migos. That includes my future song. All them streams count.
Yeah,
that's the joke.
Yeah.
But when I look at Kendrick Lamar, a man who don't play the game, I don't know if Kendrick sold to soul. I can't say that. But from the looks of it, it ain't there. I told everybody, if any of us that own a business, even Mike, if Mike could pick and choose who he would act like on the internet, Kendrick or Drake, Mike would choose Kendrick Lamar. This man goes to work.
I've already admitted that, right?
He goes to work, he clocks out, he gets all the accolades, and he comes back when he's ready to work again. So if I'm not shaking my ass,
which is why I'm telling you that I'm not speaking as a fan. Like if you say, yo, who do you want to hang out with, Kendrick Lamar or Drake? I'm hanging out with Kendrick Lamar. But if we were to say who made better music, I can't say Kendrick Lamar because I would hang out with him and Drake might be weird.
I'm not gonna ask you who makes better music. I think that's all subjective. I'm just looking at. I'm saying, so what we cool for? What we cool with?
If you had a gun to your head and it was like, hey, I'm gonna eliminate your bloodline from the planet before you and after you. If you don't have a number one hit, you could choose Kendrick Lamar to make it or Drake. Who are you choosing? You need a number one hit.
You want the truth?
Yes.
I'm only choosing Drake for one reason only.
Okay.
The reason why I'm choosing Drake is because the machine is turned on. And I think
that's part of it, man.
No.
That's part of it.
That's part of selling your soul and you reaping benefits, which I'm telling you is cool with. Because if I look at it right now, the last 6 weeks have shown y'all that Drake ass is owned and that we could turn these shits off. Did you see what just happened in the last 6 weeks? Kendrick Lamar dropped 4 songs. 2 of them went number 1. Drake didn't have one in the top 10, dog. Don't tell me shit ain't store-bought.
Only Push-Ups was great.
No, Taylor. Let me tell y'all something.
I didn't like Tailor-Made.
I like Tailor-Made over Push-Ups, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. When it comes to videos, Family Matters whooped Kendrick's ass. That video was amazing. The 3 beats was amazing. He was talking his shit on there. I did love how he got the trans stuff off, and the gay community ignored it. But y'all ain't listening. He told y'all, yo, The Weeknd, I don't know why you talking. And The Weeknd, I think Drake sending one shot to The Weeknd and one shot the Future is amazing when that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Because The Weeknd, you telling The Weeknd, yo, they only play your stuff in gay clubs, and then you telling Kendrick to go get the man of the house because Kendrick grew up around his uncle who used to be his aunt. I think it was hilarious. I thought it was funny that the LGBTQ plus community missed it, but y'all heard it here.
Yeah.
So there you go. I just thought it was interesting. It's an interesting take. Yeah. All right, now that we did 50 minutes of that. So if you ask me to score, Drake gets a point on the music video because that van was genius. I don't know. Kendrick Lamar's side and Drake's side is both saying we fed each other false information. If y'all both did it, then it crosses it out. But Drake gets a point in that video. I just think Drake, you telling the boogeyman to come outside and then you getting your ass beat, just lets me know why you don't need to bully people.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I definitely think he was not expecting K-Dot to come as hard as he did on which one is that? Euphoria was good, but that's not the one I'm talking about. The last one, not like that. Not like that is actually really good.
I think, and let me tell you something. If I'm Drake, I'm gonna keep it real with you. His career ain't over. I think Drake right now is learning the same lesson that 50 Cent learned, that Ja Rule learned, that Kanye West learned, is that when these label execs want to give you a pow, they will sit you down.
Yeah.
And I think Drake pushed back on something because there's no way. Let me tell you something. Not like that. I'm cool with that. I like that song. Euphoria should not be played on the radio. Sorry. It should never. Yeah. That is not. Mike had a great point. I thought you would bring it up. Mike had a great point in our group chat. This is me snitching. Where he said most diss songs are not radio play songs.
Yeah.
Euphoria should never be on the radio.
No.
It gets spins and it becomes a top 5. Let me tell y'all something. This nigga Kendrick Lamar had 2 diss songs. One beat out Beyonce. The other one beat out Taylor Swift. That does not happen against the biggest rapper in the world unless the executives wants it to happen.
Solid point.
So I think that Drake goes back and says, yo, all right, he either falls in line and his career just takes off to another stratosphere that we have never seen.
He got to get back to making music. I hope this makes him hungry.
I hope it makes him come back to the culture. That's what I hope.
Yeah, I hope it makes him hungry because the last few things it's been garbage since Views.
Thank you. Man versus Bear.
Boy, we just gonna argue the whole freaking pod. It's just gonna be temperature turned up.
Well, I think this is for you to get your shit off. I just got off 30 minutes of screaming.